Okay, this is where I left off, where my video cut out, unfortunately. Um, so here's our benchmark, and as I said, you can use anything if you can't find a actual benchmark. But that is our known elevation, and I'll usually pick uh, uh, a part of a storm inlet or manhole cover and spray paint something there, and I'll call that 100. So that's what a benchmark actually looks like. Um, if we actually um, had that, um, it's really good to have. If so, there's our benchmark, 350 feet, and our here's our transit or our level. I'm sorry, and so we have point one, and it shouldn't say TP because TP means turning point, and we're not making any turns here. So if we take a shot here, 350, this is a backside, so we're going to add 5.55 to the 350, and then we're going to take 5.75 minus 5.34, and that's going to give us our distance. So there we see so now our HI is 355.55, and our distance is 441 feet. Okay. So there's our level right up here. And we're shooting the rod on the elevation. That's going to give us our height of instrument. Okay. We back sight and our rod reading. That's how we get the um, height of instrument, which is the HI. And now that's a known point of reference. So now we want to go to point one, not TP1, but point one. And now we use a foresight because we don't know what that point is. So um, when we take that shot, that is 355.55 minus the foresight is going to give us an elevation of 351.15. Okay, and the distance between the instrument and the rod was 26 feet. There's our foresight. Okay, that's how we determine that. We do the same thing with point two. We don't move the instrument, we just turn. And the same thing there. And it says something is wrong. Well, the thing that's wrong is the rod reading was wrong. Okay, the top stadia should have been 7.71, not 7.61. So you can go through this a little slower. There's the different references. All right, so now this is actually the first time I've ever seen this activity because it wasn't in before. This is the first year that we're doing this, and the you could find any benchmark here by just typing in the area that you're looking for, and you can see that if you zoom in, you'll you'll find different locations for control points. Okay, now for the activity, we're going to do a control survey of this area right here. Here's our benchmark, and if we click on the benchmark, it whoops, our benchmark has an elevation of 194.5 meters. Okay, so we're going to change that to, we're going to convert that to feet. And what we're going to do is we have our instrument set up here. We're going to shoot back onto the benchmark, and we're going to get our HI and go from there. So if I come here and I take this shot, I get 8.52 and stadia reading of 9.47 and 7.48. So here's my elevation of the benchmark, 638. It should be 638.13. I put 0.125. It's 0.13. Okay, we round to the hundredth. So I take the rod reading plus, because it's a back sight, plus the elevation, and I get my new HI of 646.65, and that is a distance of 189 feet. So now we can move. We're going to go to turning point 1. We're going to shoot here because we want to get over to here. So what we have to do is we're going to shoot at this, and we get 5.37, and we're going to subtract that because that's a foresight. Oops, I don't need that anymore. So there's my 5.37 right under the foresight. 646.65 minus 5.37 gives me a new HI of 641.00. So now what happens is, now I pick up my instrument and I move it over here, and now I'm going to shoot back at this turning point. Okay, because now I know what it is. So when I turn back to it, now it's a back sight. So now I'm going to add that. And 2.18 plus 641.09 gives me an elevation of 643.26. And then I have 4.06 minus 0.31 gives me 375 feet. Now we move on again, and we're coming around the lake, and we're shooting at this point TBM, which I don't like that it's called that. Should be a another point, but irregardless, so we're going to shoot on that. And this is going to be a foresight, and we get 4.27, right? 4.27. And then we come over, and there's our 4.27 subtracted from the elevation of 643.26 gives us 638.99. And then our distance there is 201. Now I'm going to move the instrument, and now I can shoot back now that I know the elevation. So that's going to be a positive 4.62. And I'm going to come over here, and there it is under the BS, 4.62 plus 638.99, and we come up with 643.61. Okay. If you notice, I try to keep things separated more so I can see it. But that's just the way I do things. I mean, if you want to do it so it's everything's lined up, you can. Um, but here's our distance is 396 feet. All right, so now we're going to move again, and we're going to shoot at turning point 2, TP2, and we get 8.43. There's a foresight of 8.43. We subtract that from the elevation, 643.61, and we get 635.18. So now we move our instrument over here, and we're going to shoot back on that point, and we get 7.04 upper lower stadia readings. Okay, so 7.04. That's our back sight. So we're going to add 7.04 to this number, and voila, we get 642.22, and that's a distance of 258. Now we're going to close the survey by going back to our original point, and we're going to shoot on that, and we come up with 4.09. So now we're going to, that's a foresight. So now we're going to subtract 4.09 from 642.22, and we come up with 638.13, which is dead on nuts with where we started, 638.13. And then there's our total distance for the control. So, and there, hopefully you can see that a little better. So that checks out. Everything works out pretty well. Doesn't always. Sometimes there's some error that you need to calculate into it, and but I'm not going to get into that right now. That's for another time. So normally we go outside. Like I told you, my class goes and we survey the baseball field, the soccer field, and we do things like that. I have 5 different instruments, so and I try to keep the group small. This year I have a large class. I have 20. I've never had 20 in my class, so I'll have 4 to a group, and we'll go from there. So, but I just wanted to show you how this is working out. I mean, normally if we were together, we would be doing this. Now, I plan on showing you how to survey. Hopefully, my phone can record. Okay, well, I'm going to try that from my house. I'm going to set up the survey equipment in my backyard, and we will we will try that. Okay, so when we go to it's your turn, um, you're going to take a screenshot of the assignment, and I haven't done the parking lot design yet. I plan on showing you how to do that, and then you can look at the commercial building design um, problem and create a format for your potential site. Okay, so blah, and we'll go from there. So um, that's it for right now. Um, I will show you some surveying from my yard, and then I'll go over parking lot design in the next video also. All right, for now, it is 11:19 p.m. on the East Coast, and it is way past my bedtime, as you could probably tell. Anyway, hopefully this will work out better